one of my favorite sets, set 4, set 4.5. This is really when I got into TFT. Please let me know down in the comments where you guys would place all of your champs from this old set, where you guys think I should have placed mine. And don't forget to like and subscribe and check out all my other TFT content, whether it's tier list or previous set videos or even the current set 8.5, which is when I am recording this. So let us get started. We're just going to kind of run through this one a lot more quick. Check out my other set 4 video tier list. Zillion, strong, 5-cost cultist, always great. Vigor always has a sweet spot for me from this set. Definitely my favorite carry of this set for sure. With Elderwood Mage, brawler situation got going on there, was always a super strong choice for me. And he was a fantastic just missile launcher and melt people. If he didn't one-tap you with a missile, he would get you at the next one. Kale, later in this set, definitely S tier. Also, Kennen was always a very strong frontline take champ, but Kale was, she was devastating in this set for sure. Let's see, who's next? Nidalee never really did much throughout the whole set. Same with Twisted Fate. Callista, honestly, in this mid-set really became a super strong carry, in my opinion. Minimum A tier for sure for her. And honestly, I gotta put Jhin under her for the cultist carry. I think she did better than him. You got her much earlier. She was much more devastating, in my opinion. Definitely was a fantastic choice for a cultist carry. Olaf, I gotta put Olaf in S tier as well. I think he is essentially, they replaced him for Warwick. That's the best way to put it. I think Olaf would just, I loved running him. He was easy to 3-star, and he would cut everybody up. Rakan was a very strong Elderwood keeper. Nothing bad to say about him. He was a pretty good champ, but never really made it any higher, but definitely does not deserve lower than B tier. Vladimir, Vladimir I gotta put in A. I think he was a very strong tank healing frontline champ. That is just what he always seems to be, and he did his job very well in this set. Tryndamere, honestly, I gotta put an S too. I think he was so devastating to just cut through and slash through your entire team, and again, not too hard to 3-star. 3-star either. I think he was always a fantastic choice and a go-to for a carry. Katarina, I'll give her a B. Again, the biggest reason why I can't give her much higher is just because of the fortune trait. I think that keeps a lot of people lower, such as Sejuani, who, again, I can never get behind. I don't care. I'm not a Sejuani fan, never have been, never will be, and the fortune trait definitely keeps her on the lower end of this for me as well. Wukong never really came to much either. I think Tom Kinch still deserves an A tier for how tanky that man could be. Now, while he has the fortune trait, I think he was still a super strong tanky 1-cost champ that was worth building and making. Zed, still A tier for sure. I think he became a little less great this mid set. He was definitely stronger in set 4. I think a lot of people just kind of outshined him in this set, and assassins weren't as insane as they were in the original set 4. Akali still definitely deserves an A tier as well. She was definitely a strong assassin carry and choice. Ornn, I'm going to have to give Ornn A. The biggest reason why I can't put him in S, while he does give you Ornn items, which are amazing, him himself was never that good to me. He doesn't have a great ability, and I felt like he wasn't a super strong carry as a 5 cost. He was a utility 5 cost for giving you fantastic items that you had to wait for. So, hit or miss. Diana, still one of the favorite champs of mine. Still a super solid 1 cost. Honestly, 1 cost assassin carry, in my opinion. Definitely hold her own and be great. Annie is always good. Annie's always a fantastic 2 cost tank carry. But again, I think the biggest thing that kept her down was the fortune trait for this set. But still very much worth it. Shyvana, I got to give Shyvana S, honestly. She was such a strong dragon champ. Definitely worth any and all items for sure. Nothing bad at all to say about her. Sivir, I have to give to A as well. I think she was a very strong add-in to the cultist sharpshooter situation for this set, and definitely was a possible carry as well. Vayne's still always pretty solid. Nothing bad to say about her, but there were just a lot of better choices to make a carry instead of Vayne. Elise in this set still wasn't too amazing. Definitely better in other sets. Ari, honestly, I don't remember her doing much of this 4.5 either. I feel like so many other people outshined her, but that's just me. Samira, I honestly forget her traits in this set, but I do remember that she was definitely a very strong carry. I think I gotta put her in A. I think she was super great. I just don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember what her traits were too much to be able to move her any higher. So that's my fault. Yasuo for 1 cost, always pretty decent. Especially getting the little exile help, much like, Shin over here, still S tier because of all the splash traits he can do and still being a good champ as well. Kindred, honestly, I feel like became so much better in this mid set. Maybe it was a different set 5 or 6 where she really popped off, but she's always super good. Definitely a side carry for sure, if not the carry. But really enjoyed her. I think Nico did really well this set as well. I think she was a strong addition to really be able to carry a team for sure. She definitely did wonders a lot. Lee Sin still deserves an S tier in this mid set, as well as Set himself. They were always some of the best 5 costs in this set to me. These 4 up here, and the rest not so much in my opinion. Yone, good, but again, I feel like if you didn't have Yasuo, while Yone was still good, he wasn't that amazing. Darius, nothing really to say about him. I feel like he, actually, was this the, I think this may have been the jumping, yes, this was, okay, so his picture is wrong, but this was the jumping fortune Darius that, is in the current Viego set 8.5 that's now, where they jump up and slam down on one target. If they kill that target, then they do another one. If they keep killing them, they keep going. That was this Darius. The picture is just wrong. Anyway, Aurelion Sol definitely deserves an S tier. I feel like this man always carries. But he definitely did it this set as well, being able to just blast through your team. Cho'Gath was definitely a very strong tank this set. He definitely is better with the mutant trait in set 5, 6, but still a very solid choice in this set for sure. Could definitely tank and win. Hecarim, I'll give to A as well. I think he was still a solid tank for Elder Woods. Maokai, as much as I loved Elder Woods, he was definitely the weakest one. But he was a 1-cost, so what can I say? Nunu, I'll give Nunu A in this mid set. I feel like Nunu really did much better than the B tier that he was in and the original set that I did. But still nothing, definitely not an S tier champ, but still very strong champ nonetheless. Aurelia, I'm going to put an A as well. I think her having 3 traits and still being a very strong carry choice, she was always very good, very splashable. Honestly, nothing bad to say about her. I just think that even though she was a great champ, there were people that were just better choices minimum as carries than she was. Lulu, I'll give to B. Never liked her, never going to, but that's just me. I think she was good this set throughout the entirety of it. Nothing really past it. Gnosis, I'll give to B. I feel like he was strong with Vladimir with the siphoning, and whatever else his other trait was, but decent. Not really gonna worry about him too much after the start of the game. Swain, I don't remember Swain too much from this set. I remember him being pretty good. He may have been, no, that was a different set. Yeah, I remember him being good, but I don't think I used him, or at least made him the carry very often. Jack's still always a good, solid, annoying champ no matter how much he costs. Brand I'll give to B. I think he was pretty solid, very needed to get things going with certain traits in the early game, but a good choice nonetheless. I enjoyed him, but nothing. He definitely doesn't deserve past B. Braum, I'll give to A. Definitely a solid tank, but after that, not much to say about him at all. Vi put in B again. Think she's just pretty consistent mid-tier champ in all sets. Xayah, I'll give to S. I think she definitely was one of the champs that took over this set for sure as far as carries. She was really strong, at least for a while. Pyke still in this set I don't think was as amazing as he is in other sets, but still a very solid champ for sure. Maybe more towards A, like B plus area, but that's just where I would place him. Garen, nothing crazy to say. Yarvin, again, just kind of decent, but definitely more of just a trait bot and decent ability, but definitely doesn't really deserve. He definitely doesn't deserve to be lower, but can't really warrant him in this category for sure. Tristana was definitely strong there for a long time in this mid set for sure. Definitely a good carry as well. But I don't feel like she's up here with these champs in the S tier in my opinion. Again, I do not remember this 5-cost name, but I again know that they weren't amazing. I think Aatrox definitely did better this mid set than he did in set 4 itself. Still a very solid, I believe he was a 4-cost carry in this. Definitely popped off a lot more. Yumi, I think, deserves an A as well. Still with her healing. And if you had a blue buff on her, she's just mass healing everybody with all her traits and how good she was. Damage-wise and everything, not so great, but, you know, if you keep your everybody alive, then you don't really need to do damage as that champ. Fiora, nothing crazy to say about her. She was decent. Don't really feel like she could carry, but definitely a decent trait bot splash champ in there. Talon's still very good. I cannot again put him in S because he relies so much on items to do good. I feel like a lot of champs, while everybody does so much better with items, obviously he really needs them to excel, and some champs just don't. Not as much. Timu, again, decent champ for the cost and traits, but not really going to make the carry, just much more needed for, whatchamacallit, for trait bot. Nautilus, I'll give to B. Nothing too much to say about him. He was just pretty decent. I don't remember Morgana being in this mid set. Not sure why there's 2, but we'll give her to A. Because I do remember her being decent kind of just no matter what in this whole set. But that is where I would place all of my set 4.5 champions. Please let me know down in the comments where you guys would place these champs from this previous TFT set. Do not forget to check out my other TFT content, whether it's tier list or videos from past or present, or by the time you're watching this future. And we will see you in the next one. Don't forget, like, subscribe. Later.